Time is now 5:33 p.m. Calling to order the regular meeting of the Warwick School Committee for Tuesday, December 9th, 2025 at 5:33 p.m. At this time, I please ask Ms. Tedeschi to call the roll.
Mr. Galligan?
Here.
Ms. Hazelwood? Here. Ms. Kirby-Chapman? Mr. Wiggins? Mr. Testa? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tedeschi. We have 4 present. We have a quorum. Mr. Wiggins expresses his apologies for not being here at the start of this meeting. He's attending a wake at this time. He's anticipated to be here around 10 of 6 or 6 o'clock. So, interesting night tonight. We've got some new furniture up on the stage here that appears to be the Beacon Bowl trophy, so that's pretty cool. Oddly, it's on the south side of the table here. I think the north side won it, but that's fine, Ms. Kirby-Chapman. Okay. So at this time, I'd ask everybody willing and able to please stand as we do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And I just want to give our condolences on behalf of the school committee and school administration to the Wallington family on the passing of Mr. Wallington. Maggie is a employee of our HR department and our administration. And so their family, their kids attend Pilgrim High School and Norwood Elementary School. So certainly want to extend our deepest condolences to them. At this time, we're on to the second portion of our meeting, recognitions, employee spotlight, as presented by our new HR director, Ms. Jakes.
So tonight, we are happy to recognize 8 outstanding Warwick School Department employees who've been nominated by their fellow staff members. We would ask if they're present that they please stand so they may be recognized. For our clerical staff, we have Marcia Taranowski in our admin building. We have special educator Charlene Wheeler at Pilgrim High School, school nurse Allison Raza at Holloman Elementary, and administrator Sarah Lapointe at Betts Middle School. From our maintenance department, Arthur Lima, he is a district painter. We have a teacher assistant, Lisa Campagnon at Scott Elementary School, a support professional, Miss Ann Horahan at Warwick Area Career and Technical Center. And we have a school resource officer, Albert Morano at Pilgrim High School.
Thank you, Ms. Jakes. Congratulations to everybody recognized. So we have a full list tonight of recognitions, and I would ask my colleagues if they'd want to join me down on the floor and Superintendent McCaffrey for us to begin our recognitions.
Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone, and good evening. I'm Lisa Schultz, the Executive Director of Elementary Education in Warwick. It is my huge honor to speak about the next person being recognized tonight. Erin Giuliano is an incredible educator who works at Park Elementary School. I was fortunate to be her principal about 5 years ago now, and always went above and beyond. Erin, if you can come on up so I can really embarrass you. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. But Erin has a really incredible way of working with students and making them understand all the concepts that she puts forth. One way that she does that is by doing a lot of hands-on activities with the students and really getting their feedback, collaboration. Her classroom has always been a very lively place, and she's always willing to help other educators. So when the opportunity arose for the STEAM Educator Award to come down, who better to get it than Erin? So I'm going to invite up her principal, Ryan Raffinelli, to say a few extra words tonight.
Good evening. Thank you for having me here. I'd like to congratulate Erin Giuliano. I know I'm her new principal, but she was an integral part, and it still is, of our school community and bringing STEAM alive and well in Warwick, and is now a model for all the rest of the state. Especially at the elementary level and for the rest of the Warwick Public School District. We are so excited to have her at Park, and we look forward to our continued support and growth of STEAM throughout the district and as a role model for the state. Congratulations, Erin.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Ryan.
Next, we have an individual who is unfortunately not able to be here this evening, but we were very lucky this year to have an assistant principal here in our district who qualified for Secondary Assistant Principal of the Year for 2026. I would like to congratulate and recognize Marilyn Feeney as a Assistant Principal of the Year finalist for Rhode Island Secondary Schools for 2026. So if we can give her a round of applause, even though she's not present. And I'll turn it over to the athletic director for the City of Warwick, Warwick Public Schools, Mr. Ken Ricks, for our next two recognitions. Mr. Ricks.
Thank you, Chairman Galligan. It's an exciting night for our athletes, our student athletes at Tollgate High School. For anybody that didn't know, we had two teams each win a state championship in a matter of hours at the same facility. It was quite a day, and tonight we're here to honor them.
Fix that microphone.
That'd be awesome. Okay, let's talk about the Tollgate Girls Volleyball first. Tollgate Girls Volleyball team, they've come a long way in the last few years. I can't say enough, not only to the dedication of these athletes, the time that they've put in to improve that program, but certainly the coach and staff. It was a few years back that they were 0-18 and struggling. They showed great improvement last year with a season of 9-11, and this season what they did was absolutely remarkable. They went 19-0 in the regular season and finished with an overall undefeated season and a record of 21-0. They beat Central in the semis and Woonsocket in the finals. And this is the first time the Lady Titans have won the state championship in volleyball since 2001. Congrats, ladies. Turn order bill. I just need that back paper. The first person we'd like to call up is Gail Hidalgo Safford, grade 12. Haley. And then Bailey Hidalgo Stafford. Kashi Tran. Congrats. Paige Riley. Congratulations. Bella Hathaway. Kylie Latelio. Olivia Gardner. Samantha Munier. Savannah Lazowski. Mackenzie Long. Demetria Manzo. Sophia Izzo. Alanis Camila. Carrie Kosciuszko, sorry. And Victoria Zischerson. We'd also like to congratulate the coaching staff, head coach Ryan Garno, and his assistants Taylor Odell and Caitlin Zimberlin, as well as Coach Calori, Principal Calori. Coach Garno, if you could come up, we have some game balls that we have signed by your team for all three coaches. Our other state champions are the Tollgate boys soccer team. Thanks. The Titan boys soccer team is pretty much in the same mold that the girls volleyball team has been. They've improved year after year. They finished the regular season with a 15-2-1 record. Their one league loss was to Burrville High School, which they avenged in the finals in the state championship game. The Titan soccer team finished with an overall record of 18-2-1. The boys Titans' last championship season was in 2013. Congrats to the Titans for bringing home the championship plaque. Gavin Falkowski. Caleb Carpenter. Alex Ferrier. Gabe Ramirez. Gabe Politelli. Grady Guyon. Adam Vespia. Braden Fagundes. Jack Sabatelli. Greg LaLiberty. Ryan Enos. Braden Randall. Paxton McGinnis. Aiden Taranjo. Nick Woods. Brandon Molina. Cam Dovell. Matt Aversa. Tannen Shannon. Caleb Cruz. Victor Montefar. Chris Bonanno. And Rowan Pereira. I'd also like to give a special shout out to head coach Jason Mello, his assistant Austin Cabral, and we'd like to give a special thank you to Jessie Carpenter for all she's done for that program as well. And the boys have signed some of the game balls for you guys, for each of the head coaches to have a game ball too. I want to give this to each other. Here they come now, Bill. Just a side note, the Tollgate JV boys soccer team also won their division tournament, so we're looking for some big things going forward with this program. And here is your 2025 boys soccer state champions. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations, kids. Well done.
Congratulations again. I didn't ever think that a Pilgrim Patriot would be congratulating the Titans on winning some state champions, but I'm very proud that our city brought home the state championship, whether you're wearing black and gold or navy and red. So. Now we want to give a special thanks and shout out to the Rhode Island Shriners. They sponsored the West Bay Cap Warwick Public Schools Backpack Pantry for $15,000 per year for the next 5 years, providing fresh groceries and a wide variety of healthy, kid-friendly items to the students and families who participate in the Backpack Food Assistance Program within our 5 Title I elementary schools here in Warwick. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Vice Chairwoman, Miss Leah Ann Hazelwood. The Shriners could not be here this evening, but there were 2 other individuals who were very instrumental in us receiving this. And I also do want to give a shout out to Miss Cameron Kadick, who also assisted in receiving this this awesome opportunity for Warwick Public Schools and our students. So, Miss Hazelwood.
Hi. Jill, could you come up here, please? So everyone, this is Angelica Penta. She is the owner of Jell's Kitchen and Jell's Kitchen 2. But what people don't know about Jell is that she's always giving back to the community. I've known her for many years, and she is a hidden gem in Warwick, and she's a partnership that I value in Warwick Public Schools. Because if I could turn to Jill for anything, I know she would help me with anything that we need, and I'm so appreciative of that. This isn't the first time that you did this. You've helped in many other ways, and all those goldfish that are going out to all the elementary schools right now, that's Jill too. She's also doing that. So we here in Warwick, this school committee, we care about recognizing those in our community who are there for us, who will step up and help us. And without her, we would not have gotten that grant. Make no mistake about it. She was the one who put it through. So thank you, Joe, so much. We appreciate you here in Warwick, and we look forward to more partnership with you in the future.
That's it for recognitions this evening. We'll go back to the stage. Again, congratulations to Erin Giuliano, Miss Feeney for being a finalist as the secondary assistant principal of the year, our 2 state championship winning teams from Tollgate High School, and a special thanks to the Rhode Island Shriners, Miss Cameron Kadick, and Mike and Angelica Penta for everything they did for our community with respect to the CAP Warwick Public Schools Backpack Pantry. So. At this time, we're on to the public comment portion of our agenda. Individual comments will be respectfully limited to 3 minutes per person, with public comment not to exceed 45 minutes. Though the content of comments will not be restricted, it is the hope of this committee that citizens, committee members, and the administration alike will be respectful of each other's right to speak, tolerant of different points of view, and mindful of everyone's time. This public comment period is for agenda items only. There is a second public comment session available later in the meeting for all other topics or concerns. Again, this is for for agenda items only. Members of the public are permitted to speak during both of the public comment periods. Speakers are kindly asked to state their name for the record. For those new to our meetings, the podium is down here to my left. You just come down, please turn the microphone on, one person after the next, and we will let you know when you have 30 seconds remaining in your public comment period. Thank you.
Jacob Medor, Warwick resident, Warwick graduate, and a Warwick educator. First of all, I would like to extend my congrats to Tollgate's boys soccer team and Tollgate's girls volleyball team. As a teacher who goes to every home game and every playoff game, fantastic seasons. Secondly, I would like to thank this committee for having the recognitions preceding the meeting and not having executive session in between those 2 periods, so us, the members of the public, can congratulate and add that little extra pizzazz to the recognitions, in this case of educators, teachers, and the 2 championship teams that were both on the south side of the city, Mr. Garrigan. Just wanted to note that. Thank you very much.
Shots fired, Jacob. Nicely done.
Hi, Darlene Netco, Warwick Teachers Union President, teacher, so on, so forth. I wanted to congratulate the people in the spotlight, Erin Giuliano, and our Tollgate winning teams. As a graduate of Tollgate High School and a teacher there, obviously, you know, I like to see our teams win. And I like to see Pilgrim teams win too, and Vets and Windman. I like to see our public school teams win, especially when the odds are stacked against them, as other school districts, private and public, try to lure our students away. So it's always great when we can bring home these championship trophies. And The other item I want to talk about is the budget. Tomorrow is the Budget Commission meeting. It's on Wednesday again at 4 o'clock, but they have moved location to the City Council chambers. It seems like the Budget Commission now wants to play musical chairs with its meeting date, time, place, and so on. So you have to ask yourself, what are they up to? Maybe nothing, maybe they're just incompetence and they're showing their incompetence in different ways. But I believe this is on purpose. So everybody who can make it at 4 o'clock tomorrow needs to go to City Hall and watch the Budget Commission in action. The only press agency that has been to any of these meetings is the Warwick Beacon. Other than that, any other press releases, any other items that might appear in other publications or any other commentary is secondhand, based either on a Beacon article or the hand-done minutes. And I give their clerk a lot of credit for taking those minutes painstakingly and publishing them to the best of her ability, when that's the only city commission that we don't get live streamed or recorded in any way. Why? Incompetence or by design? Probably by design. So educate yourselves and be there in person, because the items on the agenda tomorrow, particularly the presentation from the city solicitor, gives me a little bit of cause for concern. I believe that there's going to be a further narrative that the school department's incompetent, that the school committee's incompetent, and because this budget commission couldn't actually prove that in all their meetings since April, they're now going to try to do it with this presentation and with extra curricular commentary from the nattering nabobs that are in Warwick. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Netko.
Hi, Mary Townsend, Wise Union President, Special Education TA. I just wanted to, first of all, obviously ditto exactly what Darlene said. You know, I was one of those people that right from the very beginning was just so upset about what the mayor was doing and how it was playing out. And we all see where it went. I agree with Darlene. I want to thank the WTU and administration and staff, Warwick staff, for showing up and for doing their due diligence as best they can under the circumstances. I also want to thank Chair Galligan and the school committee, our superintendent and administrators for supporting the district. That is what that commission was supposed to do. It was supposed to find out what we need, how we're going to get there, but instead it has criticized us every step of the way. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who is supporting this district. And what I feel now is it's kind of a fight. It's a fight for our students. That's how I'll put it. It's a fight for our students. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Townsend. Are there any other members of the public wishing to comment? Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Mr. Jakewith, anything? Nothing tonight, okay. Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Seeing none, we are on to recommended actions. First item, routine matters. I'm looking for a motion to move approval of the minutes of public session, November 12, 2025. Made by Mr. Testa. Seconded by Mr. Wiggins and Ms. Hazelwood. I'm going to comment. I'm recusing myself from this vote. I'm going to abstain. I missed the November 12th meeting, and I apologize to the public. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? One abstention. Motion passes 4-0-1, Ms. Tedeschi. I'm looking for a motion to move approval of the warrants from December 9th, 2025.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0, Ms. Tedeschi. At this time, I turn it over to Ms. Jakes for announcements, personnel as presented.
Thank you, Chair Galligan. Tonight, I'm sharing with you some retirements and resignations that require school committee vote for approval. Under retirements, we have Edward Sarawick, a science teacher at Pilgrim High School with 19 years. Margaret Sinacola, a teacher assistant in kindergarten at Wyman Elementary with 21 years. Linda Lanzi, a teacher assistant in kindergarten at Oakland Beach Elementary. And Lynn Carlino, a teacher assistant one-on-one at Winman Middle School with 8 years. We also have 2 resignations, Laura Kopecki, an elementary school teacher at Warwick Neck, and Christine Camacho, a teacher assistant special education at Scott Elementary School.
At this time, I'd be looking for a motion to move approval on the retirements and resignations as presented by the Director of HR.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. I'd also like to share with you some courtesy appointment announcements. Warwick Public Schools is excited to welcome Stephanie Pauley as a social studies teacher at Pilgrim High School. We have Stephanie Marshall as a social worker joining us at Hoxie Elementary School. Melissa Stevens is a library media specialist at Norwood and Hoxie Elementary School. Sarah Bichel is a teacher assistant at Norwood Elementary School. Tiffany Streeper, a teacher assistant at the Warwick Early Learning Center. Rebecca Baldwin, a teacher assistant at the Warwick Early Learning Center. Ann Sylvia, a teacher assistant at Lippett Elementary School. And Catherine Hickey, a cleaner at Pilgrim High School.
At this time, I'd be looking for a motion to move approval on the appointments and assignments as presented by the Director of HR.
We don't have to approve those, though. Appointments, we don't approve.
Just,
That's superintendent,
Just
right?
the
We don't
rec-
approve appointments. Just retirements and resignations.
yeah. That's what I remember.
Mr. Testa, this is why we keep you around.
It's exactly.
That's why we
It's broken clocks right twice a day.
That's right. That's right. Twice a day. Thank you. Please. Are you all set? All right. Thank you. Add that to the list, Mr. Wiggins. All right, this broken clock is moving on to donations and correspondences. At this time, we would like to thank Timothy Vada, who kindly donated to Norwood School a bicycle outdoor rack valued at $375. So thank you to Timothy Vada for his very kind and generous donation of a bicycle outdoor rack valued at $375 to Norwood Elementary School. We're now on to adoption of policies, first read. I'm looking for a motion to move approval of the first read of policy B, D, D, G, meeting minutes.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins and Ms. Hazelwood. Any discussion on the motion to move approval? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. At this time, I'd be looking for a motion to move approval on policy CD, management team as a policy for elimination.
Move approval.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Hazelwood and Mr. Wiggins. Any discussion?
No.
Seeing none. Ms. Kirby Chapman, this policy was a redundant policy, correct? Because of policy GCD, correct?
CD.
No.
Correct.
Policy CD is
GCD, yeah.
GCD. Thank
Yes.
you.
It
So,
was- Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
thank you.
GCD.
So for the public's edification, this policy was redundant in nature to another policy that we already had. Dave, I got it in there. So, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chair?
5-0. Yes,
Chair, can
Mr.
I-
Testa.
I just want to take a minute. I appreciate the work that the policy subcommittee does, but I saw, pardon? Yes, Ms. Murray's, God almighty. I just want to,
Lovely woman.
yeah, I just want to thank her, because when Dr. Cecil left, somebody had to fill this void, and you came in to fill the void. And policy work, I've said it before, policy work can be exciting, boring, and dull all at the same time. So I just want to thank you for stepping up, and my colleagues who are on that subcommittee, because, again, the policy manual is about 1.5 feet thick, and it never was really touched. It was always added to. And the work that Dr. Cecil started and you guys are continuing is necessary, and I'm just grateful for it, so thank you.
Any other discussion? Good. We are on to new business. First item, discussion update, presentation, high school's project update, as presented by Left Field and Mr. Bates.
Good evening. Quick update this month on construction activity. I'm going to start with Tollgate. So concrete foundation, frost walls, and footings are now complete. Underground plumbing is being installed this month. Elevator hoistways are underway. In fact, if you go outside on site, you'll see one of the elevator hoistways is about a third of the way up already. Structural steel, which is a big construction milestone, is scheduled to arrive on site next week, so we look forward to that. Things will start moving very quickly once that happens. I'm going to pivot to Pilgrim. So DEM is approving of our remedial approach to cap the site with new clean material, and that effectively gives us the green light to start prepping for building foundations. The last several weeks we've been stripping topsoil, and this is organic, unstable material. It's great for landscaping. It's not good for a structural base for a building. So we're taking it off-site. Because of the contamination issues that we're facing, that topsoil is being hauled to a pre-approved landfill in Pawtucket. Grotto landfill, we're averaging, say, 10-ish trucks per day moving to Grotto and back. During this hauling process, I'd like the committee to know that in an abundance of caution, we have a police detail on site each day to help with the traffic. If you've driven by the site the last couple of weeks, you will have noticed a roughly 2,700 cubic yard pile of topsoil that was dug up from an area where we had previously not gotten any detections of contaminants. When I say contaminants, I'm not talking about nuclear waste, I'm talking about coal ash. The cinder track that you'll recall was installed back in the 60s at Pilgrim. Those are the contaminants in question. And so we thought we had a case that pile was clean. We could save a substantial amount of money for the district by not having to treat it as a contaminated pile. However, DEM said, well, sure, you can try to make the case that it's clean, and to do that, you'll have to, guess what, do more testing. So we did test that stockpile, and surprise, it has contaminants in it. So we are shipping that pile off-site, and we'll be gone by the end of the week. So the next step will be to import clean structural soil on site to bring it to the site to a condition that can structurally support a new building. Concrete foundations, a very significant milestone, are scheduled to start at the beginning of January, and the schedule currently shows steel erection, that process kicking off in March of next year. So that concludes my update. Any questions?
Any questions from members of the committee? Comments? I drive by Pilgrim every morning, 6:30, after getting a coffee, and it's exciting every day to see all the trucks lined up. So I'm staged kind of by the big dirt pile this morning, so that was pretty cool. It's great to hear that Tollgate has steel arriving next week, so that's exciting. So things are on the move, and we're every day getting one step closer to welcoming children into new buildings that this district so desperately needs. So thank you very much, Mr. Bates.
Thank you.
At this time, we are on to item 2, discussion update, capital and construction projects update, as presented by Mr. Oliver.
Good evening, everybody. Just a quick update on a few things. Women PA system, the speakers in the gymnasium have been replaced. PA systems head end units have been replaced at Park Lippert, Norwood, Cedar Hill, and just to mention that was paid with grant money for the replacement of those. We were having a few issues with the new doors at Norwood and Hoxie. We had the installer come back out, and the issue has been resolved. I'm going to ask Mr. Gothberg come up and talk about the Scott School sewer issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oliver. Mr. Gottberg.
Good evening. We had a meeting today at 10 o'clock with the owners of 1350, the representative, their managing partner. The superintendent was there, the mayor, chief of staff, Betty Ann Rogers, Matt Solitro, myself, and Mr. Testa. It was a good meeting. We laid out what we were looking for. There was some request about how much water is being used, so they know the flow through the sewer system. It was a positive meeting. I think we made some progress. No solutions or agreements were made, but I expect by the end of January, once the owners group gets to review everything, we should be able to get together and get an agreement hashed out so that we can get this resolved and get a sewer connection made through that 1350 piece of property where that group has their businesses. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Gothberg from members of the committee? Nope. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This time I turn it over to Mr. Enos for discussion update, FY26 budget update. Requisitions approved $500 to $4,999.
Good evening, everyone. Fiscal year 26, we still continue to move along. No other news to say other than we still have a deficit. However, the superintendent and I continue to meet on a weekly basis to review and question all of the expenditures that we have. Just to update you on the fiscal year 25 audit, so I need to give a shout out to my team, to Yarman and Carlisle, who did a fantastic job at bringing together the final pieces for our trial balance. So we anticipate having that final number completed within the next week or so. We've been keeping the Auditor General involved and up to date on all of that. That's all I have. Thank you.
Any comments or questions from members of the committee? I have just a couple questions for you. So relative to FY26, obviously, we don't have a budget yet from the Budget Commission, that's correct? A balanced budget?
Balance, no.
Okay. And with respect to the budget, grant-funded expenditures, so I will give appreciation to the Budget Commission for exempting student activity accounts from the Budget Commission, but grant-funded expenditures, specifically federal and state ones that have already kind of gone through the RIDE approval process, are any of those at risk because of anything being held up?
No, but my argument to the Budget Commission has been, you have no authority to have say-so over the expenditures for the federal grants. RIDE has already given approval. The private schools have made all of their submissions. I said, you have no authority over that. But they don't agree with that. We are continuing to have dialogue as to whether or not their approval will continue for that. So I think time will tell.
I had one member of the school community who kind of is slightly involved with purchasing or putting in purchase requisitions at the school. And this particular individual stated that it's becoming increasingly difficult to kind of track or monitor the grant-funded expenditures because of the processing. Does
Okay.
that sound about right?
Well, perhaps. The managers of the grants should certainly be keeping track of their own, of what their expenditures are. In terms of the pieces, if there are purchases that are not getting done, we can certainly take care of those. But if there's an emergency issue or something that hasn't been done, we've always been moving those straight on through. And the city has been good at helping us. with getting those done.
Yeah, so I'll forward this on to you. It was basically that it's been frustrating trying to use the grant money that we work to receive outside of the regular budget. And it's making it difficult for them to see updated account information for the grant accounts.
Great. So if you
because
forward
of
that,
not
we'll take
being
care of it.
passed. Thank you so much. Sorry, I was trying to get that email up to be able to read that to you, but Wi-Fi must not have been approved at the recent meeting.
Mr. Chair, may I?
Mr. Tessa.
Thank you. Mr. Enos, I've been quiet. I haven't said anything about the Budget Commission. That doesn't mean I don't have opinions. But the very idea that a Title I, Title II, Title IV grant or any other grant we get from the state has to be approved by them, I find that ridiculous. I find that completely and utterly ridiculous. And to be frank, some people on that committee know damn well that it is ridiculous. So unless you're trying to prove that we're somehow mishandling grant funds, if that's what the underlying thing is here, then, to coin a phrase, man up and say that. But I find that really ticks me off. And I've been on this committee for 12 years, and never once have grants been misused or anything like that. I mean, we didn't track them very well, but we didn't misuse them. And I find that's abhorrent to me. So, and the school funds that were released, that was
Activities.
the activity funds.
Help with that.
I mean, that was stupidity.
Yep.
To put it in plain words. Okay, but federal and state grant funds don't need an oversight because you'd have to jump through the hoops before you get the grant. You've already jumped through them. You've crossed the T's and dotted the I's. So keep fighting that fight because that is just abhorrent to me. So thank you.
Tell Mr. Testa is frosted tonight. Trying to pay for grants with wooden nickels up here. Next, we have item 4, discussion update, superintendent update as presented by Mr. McCaffrey.
Mr. Chair and members of the school committee, as we enter the month of December, I want to take a moment to thank our administrators, teachers, and staff for their commitment to our students. I want to thank our students for their hard work and our families for their ongoing support. Please take time during the break to rest and recharge. I wish each of you a happy and healthy holiday season. Thank you for your continued partnership as we work together to support our students each and every day. Mr. Chair, this is my report for the month of December.
Thank you, Superintendent. Any comments or questions for the superintendent from members of the committee? Seeing none. We are on to item 5. This is a discussion action. I'm looking for a motion to move approval of the installation of a memorial plaque at Warwick Veterans Middle School in honor of Mr. Jason Almeida.
Move approval.
Made by Mr. Wiggins.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Hazelwood. Do we have the individual here with us tonight? Would you like to come on down and speak to the committee, make any comments before the vote? Tonight presenting this action item is Mr. Michael Bissett.
I'd just like to say thank you very much for approving that. And we have 2 different plaques picked out, 2 different price points based on how much we can raise. And we are well underway with our second fundraiser. It's going to be here. It's going to be a faculty versus staff basketball game. That's it.
Thank you. Any comments from members of the committee? Mr. Wiggins.
Michael, you did an incredible job with this. Honestly, from the start to where we are now, and you should be so proud of yourself, and your family is so proud of you, and I'm proud of you, and I'm seeing you as a man up there on that stage because I wouldn't look that tall. Remember when you were 4 for crying out loud. But I'm very proud. Your family's very proud, and you knocked it out of the water. So and your uncle would be so proud of you right now. So
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wiggins. Mr. Testa.
Just a quick question. Is there a website or someplace to make a donation? And if I can't make the the faculty-student game. I mean, if I still want to
You're
donate.
playing,
I would do-
Mr. Testa.
What's that?
You're playing.
That was always a forward.
You can write out a check to the Jason Almeida Memorial Project, and you can bring it to vets and
Okay.
bring it to the secretary. Okay.
Great, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments from members of the committee? Again, just great job, very admirable senior project. It's certainly you're learning everything from management of funds, fundraising, project management. So I appreciate the update that you gave to us this evening, as well as the information that you provided us in advance. And certainly I'm going to be supporting this tonight and looking forward to the day that you unveil the plaque. So assuming it moves forward here. So being that there's no other comments before this committee, I'm looking for a motion to move approval. You moved. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Congratulations. Nice job.
Thank you.
Item 6, discussion action, wealth tuition rate increase as presented by Mr. Enos. I'm looking for a motion to move approval on this action.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins and Ms. Hazelwood. Any comments by members of this committee? Just one, I threw it out there earlier. I know, not that this has any bearing on my decision here. Just curious, has anyone been able to figure out when the last time was that we did an increase on tuition at Welt?
No.
No. Okay. And for the public's knowledge, the increase for half-day and full-day programs is going to be $50. There'll still be the split rate there. I saw roughly somewhere in the $30,000 range is what we would see for increased revenue, which, as someone with 3 young children, is still substantially cheap, you know, at the monthly rate, even for full day, in comparison to preschool. So I think it was a very small increase that was much needed to offset the costs of operating that facility and the school in general. So it was wise to bring it forward, and we're not price gouging here. So I appreciate you evaluating that.
Thank you.
Any other comments from members of the committee? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next, we have, I'm looking for a motion to move approval of the Category 2 Special Educator.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins. Any discussion by members of this committee? You're good? I'll go. Yeah. Well, Ms. Barber, tonight, and maybe this is a question for both you and Mr. Enos. Tonight, are we just memorializing contract language change, or are we approving a position?
Requesting a position.
You're requesting a position. Okay. Moving forward, and I'll make this comment again publicly, I would just ask Superintendent, position requests come through you, anything new positions, payroll, salary increases, changes to title, changes to responsibility, just so that way that the memo could include what the costs are. What's not evident to this committee tonight is how is this position going to be paid? Is this going to be a grant-funded position?
No.
So it's going to be a general-funded position.
Correct.
So then, Mr. Enos, we're going to need you to identify somewhere within the unbalanced, already deficit-ridden budget, an area where we can reduce. What do we expect the cost to be?
I did send that to you. Hold on, I can open up that email. It looks like it's $52,607 for salary, and then $10,353 for health care, and dental is $251.62.
Okay, so we're in the $60,000 range for this position. Are they, Ms. Jakes, eligible for pension? any pension contributions, given that this is a one-year only FY 26, 2025 to 2026 school year position?
I believe they would be eligible, yes.
Okay, so we have a pension contribution cost in there as well to assume? Because we heard dental, vision, medical, salary. Okay. So I don't say no to this position because we know we need it, but I'm just asking that moving forward we get all of that information when it comes forward for a position request or a position change, salary modification, anything of the like, because we need to figure out if we're going to spend $60,000 or $70,000 on this, where are you going to draw that down from elsewhere? Because we're still chasing 2.1 million. And I support the position, but I guess I make a motion to move approval on this position contingent upon, I'd like to make an amendment. I make a motion to move approval on this position contingent upon the administration indicating how this position will be funded and where there'll be a line item reduction to offset the cost. So I'm making an amendment to the original motion.
So moved.
Made by Ms. Hazelwood.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins. Any discussion on the amendment here? Mr. Testa?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm not sure if the question is pertinent now or after the disposition of the amendment, but I'll ask. So Ms. Barber, just explain to me what this is.
Sure. So we have several special educators that are out right now. Some people are out for a month, 2 months. So we do have, I know subs are, limited, but even if we get a sub to cover like a self-contained classroom, we still are not providing IEP special education towards their special education goals. So we will still end up owing compensatory time. On top of that, even if we are able to get someone, we don't have anyone to do case management. So the case management aspect is writing of the IEP, with holding those meetings, and they're all timelines, and so this really is to help us stay in compliance and really make sure that we have the support for our classrooms with the most vulnerable.
So the risk is denial of service, right?
Right.
And all the stuff that comes with that, which is pretty significant.
Right.
Right, and Mr. Enos, you would agree. So just in terms of the amendment, I'm not sure, we're in a deficit already, so I don't know I'm not sure how we can come up with a workable plan to say, well, this is how we're going to spend it, right? This is how we're going to fund it. I think we're just going to increase the deficit, I think, but I don't know how we could, if anyone wants to try to argue that this is more of a choice than a necessity, because I've been here long enough to know when denial of service and what that portends for a district. It's not good. So, I'm going to approve it anyway. It's just in terms of how we're going to pay for it. If you're already in a deficit, I don't know how you answer that question, right? Except to say, we'll figure it out, and if the deficit grows a little, the deficit grows a little, right? But you're not going to know that yet, because as the year unfolds, to go back to what the chair of the Budget Commission said when he presented to the city was, it's 2.1, but don't give it to them because it may end up 1.8, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how we're going to come up with a way to say we found the funds for this. You're in deficit anyway, so I don't know how this is going to work.
Mr. Tessa, could I provide a point of clarification? Yes, certainly this committee has never said no to special services in terms of providing services. We have not, as a committee, denied any services. If anything, I think we've had a very high expectation and demand for accountability of making sure those expectations were fulfilled. So certainly, all I'm looking to do with this motion is that this committee receive, through an email distributed by Ms. Tedeschi, information provided by Special Services, Finance, possibly HR. how's it going to be funded? Is it
Oh, yeah, no,
is it an
it-
IDEA thing? Is it is there another grant that's out there that's going to pay for it? Because just so that way we could speak to it, we need to be able to say, yep, we just increased the deficit, or this is how the school department operates. This is an unplanned, unbudgeted expense. That is that is what I want to know. We also want to know, when is this person actually going to start? So is it from January to June and then they're gone? From information I've gotten on this topic today, it's this person is just for the 25 to 26 school year, not going to be factored in FY27. I asked that question specifically because we started to have recurring positions come into our budget that were previously grant funded, that were no longer that were now being general funded. So certainly support everything you're saying. You're 100% correct. You're on the spot. Yes, no denial of services. We could end up paying more in ratios and overages, and also the fact that we're already in a deficit. I just want to make sure that we're all knowledgeable up here that how is this being funded, and if we can is a very big question. Can we reduce our spend elsewhere to offset the cost?
Right, okay, yeah, I don't, maybe didn't explain myself as clearly as I could have. I'm not saying that we would deny any, I'm just talking about the result of not having a person here is denial of services to the student, which has its whole host of problems. It doesn't matter. I mean, if my only concern was, we said it's contingent upon finding the funding, which means you're going to find it anyway. Let's be realistic here. You're going to come back and say, I got to figure it out. Yeah,
So, because it's either pay it now or with lawsuits,
Yeah.
lawyers get involved for compensatory services, we're going to end up paying more.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'm fine with it. Okay, cool, thank you.
Any other comments from members of the committee? So I support the position because we support special services. We've been digging out of this hole for 3 years now, I think. My district colleagues that have been on here will say it, and Mr. Tess has been on for a while. So we support it. Just a request. I would hate for us to have to put this into policy, but Mr. Enos, if you could proceduralize it, if there's a position request that's coming onto this agenda, just kindly asking that it's got to go through you, Miss Jakes, and final, anything position related that's going to have a monetary impact on us, the person that needs to present it on behalf of, let's say, the director would be the superintendent, because that's the person these 5 people can only hold accountable. So I would hate to have to put something into a policy, and I would call it micromanagement, and that's not our style. I don't think that's been our style at all. I would like it if you guys could take it upon yourself and put it into a procedure that the 3 of you have to be the checks all the way through.
Certainly.
That makes sense? You could say no, you can contest my viewpoint. Before I move this, I want to see everybody else agree with that, or as a committee, because we don't want to violate OMA, so this is a chance for us to discuss it now. Do you guys agree that that would be something that we would like to see with the Ms. Hazelwood?
This is one special educator, right?
Correct.
And there have been multiple requests for special educators in different schools because of...
You're saying for this year, come through to the school committee, or just by people requesting special?
Parents requesting their children receive special education services that aren't being met.
We have had several issues this year so far, which is what really led us to this.
Are we in compliance right now?
Right now, yes. We do have classrooms where teachers are absent, so we are trying to fill those, but it's a struggle. Okay. It's a struggle, for sure.
Do the LEAs help with writing of the IEPs under these circumstances?
No, the case managers write the IEPs.
And what about in the schools when there's need for say somebody's out long-term, this person coming in is not going to know that student like other people in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to write the IEPs?
So the LEA could help out, for sure, you know, if they're there, but special educators are trained, we would just get the progress data that we have, and our teams work together, so
Because I
that
just
don't
see
worry.
this could be turning into more ask for these Category 2 special. Now, I am a special education person, 100%. Every child's IEP should be met to the letter of what it says. I am that person. I know you are too, when it comes to the kids. But we are also responsible for a budget. And while the first rule should be, can we get a sub in, retired special educators? Somehow, can we get them? I don't know. But what I do know is we've got to reel in some of the spending. We've got to reel some of it in. And I am the first one to say, these kids deserve it. They absolutely, and we don't want to be in non-compliance. But maybe we need a little better planning.
So just so you know, that
So
Human
that
Resources has worked
a little
extensively.
better planning, so that this is cared for from the front end. We're not chasing things after the fact. I mean this with all due respect, but it's very important that we're not in this position. This is going into January, and we're saying, oh, we better get somebody in.
This is for right now. Like right now, I have a teacher who's out who has a self-contained class. There are 10 students in there. Those 10 students, if I don't have a certified sub, there are 10 students not receiving special education services every day, right? Even if we get a sub in there who's a regular ed sub, right? So that we do not have control over. You know, we've had teachers who have lost parents who just have to take time off. Like, it happens, and it's happening a lot right now.
In this district, there's a lot of classrooms that don't have special ed certified teachers.
No, I'm telling you that if there is anyone out that's long-term, that it's very difficult to find subs, and the hours just add up.
They do. But what you just told me a minute ago was that we're in compliance right now. Are we in compliance or not?
There's no way for me to answer legally that we're 100% in compliance with IEPs. There's no way for me to say that right now. I don't know who was out today. I don't know if there were students who didn't receive services. I do not know.
And there's no way to, okay, but long-term, how are we going to, is this going to turn into 2 Category 2 special educators next year? Do you know what I'm saying? We need to make sure we try to get in front of this so that we don't have to add extra positions, because we're not in a position to do it.
I agree. Trust me.
I don't want to
it's
cut
not-
anymore.
It's
either.
not something I take lightly to ask for that. I do understand, but I do need to advocate for our students and in the district.
As do I.
Right.
As do I.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just a point of order, a reminder. The discussion on right now is we have a motion on the table to approve this position, subject to special services, finance, and HR providing to this committee, so that way we don't hold up the process, how this position will be funded. That information needs to come to us, and again, we just kindly ask in the future that information is provided in advance of the meeting, so that way we're knowledgeable and this could be more seamless. So that's the motion on the table. It's not subject to funding because we know we need it. It's just subject to that information needs to get to us before they fill the vacancy. So on the motion amending the approval of a Category 2 special educator to include the requirement that administration provide to the school committee how the position will be funded, we had it moved approval, seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? The amendment carries. Motion carries 5-0, Ms. Tedeschi. We're now on to item 8, discussion action, approval of FY 20. Yes?
Do we have to?
I just asked you, said it was moved.
Oh, we're good? Yeah, but do we have to, we amended it and we approve the amendment, do we have to vote on the amended? Do we have to vote on the original thing now as it's amended? As amended?
You voted on the amended.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
We are now on to item 8, discussion action approval FY26 December expenditures. I'm looking for a motion to move approval on the change orders.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins. For the public's knowledge, there are 2 change orders totaling $6,050. Both are grant and Perkins funded. Any comments on the change orders presented to the committee? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next, I'm looking for a motion to move approval on the general funded requisitions.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Wiggins. For the public's knowledge, there are 9 general funded requisitions. Any comments from members of the committee on Mr. Testa?
Thank you. I have 4 of them, that's all. First one, this is for Ms. Higgins. This is the Delta Mechanical for the compressor and inverter board at Windman. I know I emailed you on this, and the warranty expired. And Mr. Gothberg, you're here, so my only concern is we cannot end up with another vet system. That's my only concern. So, I mean, this is 2 years old, and it's a compressor and an inverter board. It's 4 years old, I'm sorry. So, it's fine if we have to do something different. If this is just a fluke and this happened, okay, that's fine. So,
It's the first one of the Dakin systems that's gone, so.
okay,
Time will tell, that's all I can say.
okay.
This is why we will not do any more
That's what I thought. This is an all-electric system that, like we have here, and yeah, okay. Thank you, answered that one. Next one is, well, this was for CTC, maybe Mr. Kane. This is the B&H photo for Studio 107. It said the program did not receive grant funds this year. Was it because the grants were cut, or did somebody just not put it in time, or we just weren't awarded it? It's the B&H photo for 12,000 change, because it's...
With regards to, we've had a lot of conversation with Studio 107 regarding their desire to receive state categorical funding, but the state determines, based upon the Governor's Workforce Board, who receives state funding, categorical. It's based upon high growth, high demand. I know I spoke to Frank Galligan on this. We spoke to Paul McConnell on this, just to dot the i's. It's been a pretty consistent no regarding state categorical funding. So, you know, unless the Governor's Workforce Board sees differences in the data statistics, it's all based upon statistics.
Okay.
You know, right now, so they don't get the state. Perkins is always up in the air. It's the discretion of the director based upon what they've received in past years. I will say, I didn't plan on this question, but off the top of my head, I know we replaced an entire Apple lab, probably over the course of 3 years. They also got a Champlin's grant as part of that. And then there's usually a program equipment grant that RIDE puts out. I was able to receive that program equipment grant. If it wasn't last year, it was the year before. We went to go after that program equipment grant this time, and it was denied because it's tied to state categorical funding. So at one point it was approved. There could have been a little idiosyncrasy with what the application was with that year, I'm not sure. But that was a surprise because that's usually a sizable amount of money. That being said, they've been very well funded over the past 5 years, I would say.
No, I know. I did this, and that's what prompted my question, because it's rare that this would come before us because the grant, we didn't get the grant funding. So, and you said it's data-driven, so sitting here as the novice, if there's things that we could do with the program to get the data that they're looking for, whether it's tweaking the program, I have no idea. You know what I mean? So if this is what was required and we can do some of that, it would make sense to do some of that to try to get categorical, right?
So the automotive program was in a similar situation.
Really?
I would say going back 5 years ago, We worked on a program advisory board as a state level board to expand it into transportation, distribution, logistics, to tap into other areas. But that was a 5-year push of all the centers, all the directors, as well as people in the field.
Yeah, well, that would tie in with the aviation program, and you got an airport and sitting in the middle of your city with cargo facilities.
Correct.
But that makes sense. The state won't do that. Okay, thank you. Next one, I have Mr. Napolillo. This is more of a comment than anything else on your SHI International, the licensing agreement. You did say this year we initiated an audit of all usage and successfully reduced the renewal cost by over half. So I want to thank you, commend you for that.
You're welcome. It's actually a little more than half. Even we went from 50 down to 20K.
Excellent.
Just
So, but
lifting
that's
every stone.
it's
Thank
constant.
you.
You got to constantly do that.
Thank you.
Last thing I have, Ms. Higgins, this is for you. This is the boiler tube replacement at Pilgrim. My question was, when are they going to do that? Will they?
In the process of being done now. It should be done by the end of the week. Our guys will go in and seal it up when it's done. Should be good.
So we can get heat in the building while they're doing this? Okay, cool. Thank you. That's all I had.
Thank you, Mr. Testa. Any other questions or comments from members of the committee? He took it all.
We took it all.
Sorry.
For the public's knowledge, we're about to, the motion's been made and seconded on general funded requisitions. There's 9 of them totaling $266,016.49. That's 266,016.49. Being that there's no other comments or questions from members of this committee, all those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I'm looking for a motion to move approval on grant-funded requisitions.
So moved.
Made by Mr. Testa, seconded by Ms. Hazelwood. For the public's knowledge, there are 5 grant-funded requisitions before us tonight, totaling $232,974.32. That's 232,974.32. Any questions or comments from members of the committee? Mr. Testa, I got you.
Thank you. Mr. Kane, this is going to be for you. These are for the 2 grant funds for the offshore wind program, the new offshore wind program. I see you doing that, and maybe I'm the only one who might be like out to lunch a little bit, but what is this program? This is new. I have no idea what this is. Does anyone else?
Yeah, so it was a program that Pilgrim applied for going back, I want to say last year. They have teacher Greg Rowe. He has extensive experience in the field. He sought to develop this. I think when they saw the grant, they just went out there and applied for it. He probably just coming into the system wasn't aware that he should probably make the Career Center aware that they were embarking on this grant. But it's a unique situation. It's in a different building. It was all good intention. He got the grant. He had the highest scored application in the state, so kudos to him. But, you know, including, I think, Mr. Enos's apartment, Carlisle Vincent, I talked with her, she handles grants. She was a little, just in the dark as to, you know, exactly, you know, what we were gonna be doing with this grant, how it was gonna operate. We've had a lot of meetings since then. I think it's gonna be an outstanding program. Because of the high score on their application, they're not gonna have to go through the typical program approval process, which is lengthy for CTE. So I think it'll be another area for, you know, CTE to shine as this program gets off the ground.
So is this will become a new program in our portfolio of programs?
Yes.
Okay. So at some point, can somebody just send me information? I'm curious to what it is. I mean, it's offshore wind, but I don't know what that means, right? Because NK's got the repair program for offshore wind, right? I think they have one.
Sure,
So
and I
what
think
this one is.
he's done an incredible amount of work, but
Okay.
there's a little bit of, you know, building the airplane as you're flying as well right
Mhm.
now. We're creating, he's trying to make as robust a program as he can. But I'll be sure to get you that information. I can send you the application that went out as well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Testa. Any other comments from members of the committee on the 5 grant-funded requisitions totaling just over $232,000? See none. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. And last but not least, I'm looking for a motion to move approval on bid awards.
Move approval. Oh, second.
Made by Ms. Hazelwood, seconded by Mr. Testa. For the public's knowledge, there's one bid award totaling $27,231.86. That's 27,231.86. Any comments or questions from members of the committee on HVAC filters? Nobody has anything on HVAC. You sure? Positive? All right. I have nothing. All right, good. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We've passed now change orders, general funded requisitions, grant funded requisitions, and bid awards all on to the Mayor's Budget Commission for processing and approval. We're now on to item 9, discussion update 2025 year in review. As we reflect on 2025, it's clear that this year has been both challenging and transformative for the Warwick School District. We faced and continue to do so a difficult fiscal situation and learned to navigate a new city commission, but yet through these challenges, we discovered resilience and growth. Academically, we have so much to celebrate here in the city of Warwick. Our elementary schools showed remarkable progress in math and ELA, many performing at or above state averages. Pilgrim recorded AP results that blow out of the water, state and global averages for many courses, and Pilgrim High School now, for the first time in many years, is a 3-star school. Our PSAT and SAT scores for 2025 have met or exceeded the benchmark set by College Board. Windman Middle School stands proudly as the only fully NEASC accredited middle school in the state of Rhode Island. And in March, Warwick Veterans is going to be going through the same process and will be the second middle school in the state to meet that standard. Warwick is home to the 2026 Secondary Principal of the Year and the 2026 Secondary Assistant Principal of the Year finalist, and 2025 Rhode Island STEAM Educator of the Year, a testament to the excellence within our workforce here in Warwick. Beyond academics, our students achieved countless athletic accomplishments. We saw tonight 2 of those teams be honored. We broke ground on 2 new high schools, projects that represent not just buildings, but the future of our district and our community. Holloman returned home after a year of renovations, and our Career and Technical Center once again sent students down to the Nationals in Atlanta. Our drama clubs, bands, and choruses continued their tradition of excellence. And the volunteers of Warwick Schools, also known as VOWS, a tremendous partner in our district here, continued on hosting many of their annual events and did so successfully. This year also marked transitions. We bid farewell to Superintendent Dan Brook after 40-plus years of dedicated service, and we welcomed Superintendent William McCaffrey to carry forward our momentum. I just want to take a second away from my prepared remarks to say, if you do reach out to Mr. McCaffrey and he's slow to get back to you, he's still learning how to use Gmail. He has an AOL account, I learned the other day. We greeted new teachers, administrators, and staff while saying goodbye to longtime directors, such as former elementary director, Ms. Cousineau, and our former director of HR, who's retiring next week, Ms. Ruggieri. 2025 was not without its trials, but it was a year of growth and a turning point toward a brighter future filled with possibilities, endless possibilities for this district. On behalf of my colleagues up here in the Warwick School Committee, I extend a heartfelt thanks to our faculty, staff, and administrators for your hard work, dedication, and understanding during difficult decisions that have had to be made since day one of this year. To my colleagues on this committee, I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up, for your professionalism, for your dedication, for your outreach to the community. Ms. Hazelwood, you're everywhere. For just being dedicated to this committee, and more so for your unwavering advocacy for the children. That's what our job is. Our job's not to balance the city's budget. According to the charter, our job is to be up here and advocate and be the check and balance for the kids and advocate on behalf of their guardians. So I just want to thank you. I also want to thank you for your trust and your confidence in my leadership this past year. If I aggravated you at all with early morning texts and emails, phone calls nonstop, maybe once an hour, it's been a stressful year. I had far more here when we started the year, and my blood pressure, I never had issues with it before 2025 started. But what got me through it was all of you guys and us going shoulder to shoulder. Absolutely throughout this year, we disagreed at times, but we did so professionally. There was discourse, proper discourse, and I think we presented ourselves appropriately on behalf of those students that we care very much about. So as we look ahead, I wish our students and their families, our faculty and staff, and the taxpayers of this great city a safe, prosperous, and healthy 2026. And from all of us on the Warwick School Committee, we wish you guys happy holidays. At this time, we'll now move on to public comment, our second public comment period of the year, of the meeting. Individual comments, yeah, we've had more than just 2 this year. Individual comments will be respectfully limited to 3 minutes per person, with public comment not to exceed 45 minutes. Though the content of comments will not be restricted, it is the hope of this committee that citizens, committee members, and the administration alike will be respectful of each other's right to speak, tolerant of different points of view, and mindful of everyone's time. This public comment period is for general comments or concerns. Speakers are asked to state their name for the record.
Hi, Mary Townsend again, Special Ed Teacher Assistant, Wise Union President. I neglected to say one thing earlier, and I would be remiss. It was in my head but didn't come out. I thank the teachers and I thanked all of you, but I want to thank all of the WISE members who are working under the circumstances of waiting for approval for lots of pieces and parts and supplies that they need to do their jobs. So I want to thank all of them for their patience and all WISE members for the hard work we're doing every day under all these constraints as well. My second thing, I just felt the need after Ms. Hazelwood talked about substitutes and about this position. And while I know this position is only going to be a 6-month position till the end of the school year, I want to say that, you know, there are no subs. There are no teacher assistant subs. There are no teacher subs. At first I thought it was because people don't want to come to Warwick, and that might be a part of it with the Budget Commission. You know, there's always some underlying reason. But in speaking with my counterparts in other districts, they don't have subs either. So I am grateful that you approved that for now. I know it's like a quick fix, and financially it's another stressor on the district, but I do agree it's not just special education subs, it's all subs. We're lucky we have coverage in high school and in secondary to cover that ground for the teachers that are out. They're out legitimately sick. It's just, there's a lot of us. So I don't know, I guess I just wanted to express that thought. I do thank you for approving it. I do we need to do better and look outside the box. But I also am not sure that there are actually substitutes to be found, especially in the area of special education. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Townsend.
Hi, Darlene Netco again. What Mary said is very true. The subs are not out there. Hence, the need for this position that the special services directors came to talk to me about. Because this person is going to be able to cover a multitude of places as the year goes on. And why are we in this situation? Well, we go back to the Budget Commission. Even before the Budget Commission was put in place, we knew it was coming. The district was forced to cut 45 positions or so. And those positions, some of them were special ed teachers, and some of those positions were special ed teachers' assistants. And we see the problem in cutting positions. Once people go, you're not going to get them back. We also lost a number of elementary classroom positions. We need to get those back. I know the narrative out there is that, oh, the schools don't know what they're doing, they're wasting money, there's all this malfeasance. That Budget Commission, and I went to just about every meeting, That Budget Commission went through everything looking for the malfeasance and didn't find it. And instead found that, hey, the district needs $2.1 million more dollars. But instead of just putting it in front of the city council and letting them vote either yay or nay, it sits in limbo. And we're in limbo with an unapproved fiscal year 26 budget when fiscal year 27 is right around the corner. So what exactly does this city intend to do other than continuing to cast aspersions upon every member of the school community? I mean, every member, school committee, school administration, WTU, WISE, they don't think we know what we're doing, and we do. It's that side that doesn't know what it's doing, and it's that side that needs the Budget Commission. And if you're going to go after the schools and look at the school's finances, then you better look at the entire city to see how the city has the funds for certain pet projects that they like, but they don't have the funds to fund our kids' education. And so that's why I just bring up again, let us all go to the Budget Commission meeting tomorrow. I'm sure we will all be very entertained by whatever presentations we hear, and we will have a few minutes of public comment to perhaps refute whatever inappropriate and inaccurate comments might be made in public before us. And we won't have enough time to do it, but we'll try. And one final comment, because I need to say this publicly all the time because I've been misquoted. Once the city council either votes that budget up or down and it comes back to the schools, and if
30 seconds.
they vote it down and we don't get $2.1 million, then the school committee and the school department together can file a Carullo action. I never said that the union would file a Carullo action. The union does not have that standing. We can't do that. So whoever is out there saying that I said that, that's wrong. And that's why we get to, again, when you have public meetings that are not broadcast or live streamed or recorded, we get this inaccurate information. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Necco. Are there any other members of the public wishing to comment? Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Mr. Kane, anything tonight, words of wisdom? Nothing this evening. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you making it. Any other members of the public wishing to comment? Seeing none, we're on to future meetings. There is a special meeting of the school committee. It is a public forum on the new high schools project. It will be on Tuesday, January 6, 2026, right here at Warwick Veterans at 6 p.m. Again, special meeting of the Warwick School Committee public forum on the new high schools project. It's very important that members of the public come out. There is a special election occurring in 2026 on a $50 million bond, part of which will support the construction of the new high school, and then the majority will be used on recreational facilities within the city. But that meeting will give people more information on that bond. The next building committee meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, January 7th, 2026 at 7:30 a.m. The next monthly school committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, January 13th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. The next fiscal subcommittee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026 at 3 p.m. Health and Wellness Subcommittee meeting and the Policy Subcommittee meeting dates are to be determined at this time. Being that there's no other matters of business before this committee, I'd be looking for a motion to move adjournment.
So moved.
Mr. Testa makes a motion, seconded by Mr. Wiggins and Mrs. Kirby Chapman. All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We are adjourned at 7:07 p.m.